In this video, I'm going to show the easiest core strengthening exercises to fix lower back pain. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, I'm going to show some of the easiest and safest ways to help strengthen the core muscles to eliminate and prevent lower back pain. These exercises are light enough that they can be done daily, but don't feel like you have to do all of them. You can pick one, two, or all of them if you want. The key is be consistent with them. At least try to do them 2 to 3 times a week to see results. And each one of these exercises works differently. They're going to target different core muscles. So to get the best results, go through them all and use what works best for you. With that being said, let's get started. This is called the dead bug and it's a really good one to start with. What we're going to do is lie flat on our back in bed or on a floor. Have your legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. Take your hands, put them off to your side for support. So what we want to do from here is keep our knees bent roughly at 90 degrees and then raise both of them up so they're pointed straight towards the ceiling. I always like to target the side that has the most weakness, tightness, or pain first. Let's say that's our left side. What I'm going to do is slowly straighten the knee on that side, lowering my leg and foot towards the floor. But this step is really important. Don't let that leg touch the floor. Just let it hover a little bit above because you are going to feel a deep activation of those core muscles working all the way towards the pelvic floor. Try to hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds, release it, and then repeat this on the other side. Do this nice and slowly for 5 to 10 repetitions on both sides. But if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. So to take this one to the next level, what we can do is add in a pedaling motion to target the hip flexors right here on the top of our thighs. So what I'm going to do is get back into my original position and just do a small circular pedaling motion like this, just enough to activate those muscles. Try to do this for about 5 seconds, release it, take a breather. But on the next repetition, try to pedal out a little bit further because the more that you pedal out, the more it's going to activate those muscles and the more challenging this will get. So I recommend trying to do this for about 5 repetitions. But again, if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, just keep doing this over and over again until it feels like you got a really good workout. This is called the bridge and it's a really good exercise to strengthen the core muscles but also target the muscles in our lower back and hips. We're going to start lying flat on our back in bed or on a floor. Have your legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. Take your hands, put them off to your side for support. The first thing that we want to do is lightly brace our core muscles. It's kind of like when somebody pokes you in your stomach, how you tense up, drawing your belly button towards your spine. Just hold that lightly during this exercise to protect your lower back. From here, I'm going to take my heels, drive them down into the floor, and then slowly lift my hips upward towards the ceiling until my body roughly is in a straight line from my knees to my hips to my shoulders. You're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire. The core muscles, your lower back, your butt, your legs. Let's hold this comfortably for 5 seconds, release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But if you would like to take this one to the next level and make it more challenging, there's 2 different variations that you can try. The first one is just simply doing a bridge on one leg. And I always like to start with the side that feels like it has the most weakness first. So let's say that's our left side. You just get back up into that original position and then raise the other leg up like this. Again, trying to hold this for about 5 seconds, releasing it, taking a breather, and then repeating this on the other side. So give that a try for about 5 repetitions. But again, if you want to make it even a little bit harder, throw in a couple more sets. So the most challenging variation of the bridge is called the marching bridge. So just like the name implies, we're going to do a marching motion like this. And the key is you want to try to drive this knee towards your chest as much as you can to activate those hip flexors right here on the front of your thighs. So give this a try for 5 repetitions on both sides, release it, take a breather, and again, just keep throwing more and more sets in until it feels like you got a really good workout. This is called the bird dog, and it's really good for strengthening the core muscles, but it can also help improve our balance. We're going to start on all fours on a floor just like this. Have your hands roughly shoulder width apart, legs roughly hip width apart. What you're going to do is keep one foot flat on the floor, and you're going to slide it away from you like this while also pointing your toes away. Keep sliding your foot away from you as much as you can until you feel a deep stretch forming in your calf muscles, working upward into your leg, towards your hip, and then finally in the lower back. Once you feel that, you're going to hold this and now slowly raise your leg upwards so it's roughly in line with your body. You're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire in the core, pelvic floor, even towards the top of your leg. Hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds, release it, take a breather, and then repeat this on the other side. Do this nice and slowly for 5 to 10 repetitions on both sides, but afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But to take this one to the next level and really focus on improving balance, what you can do is lift one leg up and then the other side's arm. So I have my left leg and right arm up. If you have a lot of weakness in your core or body, your body's going to bobble just like this. So try to control this movement. Keep your body nice and straight and hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds. Release it and then repeat this on the other side for about 5 to 10 repetitions. But again, if it feels like you have some more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. This exercise is called the side plank, and it's going to help strengthen our core muscles off to our side, including the obliques. So for this one, we're going to start lying on our side on a floor, and we want the side that has the most weakness, tightness, or pain towards the floor. So to get into position, I like to support my upper body weight on my forearm like this, have my body in a nice straight line from my shoulders, hips to my knees, have my knees bent roughly at 90 degrees, and then I just put my legs, knees, and feet together just like this. So the movement is trying to drive our hips straight upward towards the ceiling until we feel a deep activation off to the side, pretty much across our ribs, working across the hip, even into the legs. We're going to hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds, release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, try to drive those hips up just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But if you would like to take this one to the next level and make it more challenging, there's a couple variations that you can try. The first one is taking this top leg and straightening it like this, but making sure both of our legs are in line. I should say our thighs are in line with each other, and then lift up. It's a little bit harder to do. The hardest variation is the full side plank. So for this one, we're going to straighten both knees, have our body in a nice straight line from our feet to our knees to our hips to our shoulders, and then we're going to lift up. I would try to progress into this as much as you can. And remember, whatever you do on one side, always flip over and repeat on the other side to keep everything in balance. Here's a core exercise that we can do seated. For this one, we just need a simple weight. If you don't have a lot of strength, I would start off with something light like a water bottle. But if you want something more challenging, grab a dumbbell or use a kettlebell. The heavier the object, the harder this will be. So let's start with very good upright posture. Just have your back nice and straight. You're going to grab onto the weight with your palms facing towards the floor, and you're going to put it straight out in front of you. What you want to do is a small circular motion with your hands and that object, with each circle becoming larger than the last, to the point where it is a really big circle like this. Try to do this for about 10 repetitions and then switch it up in the opposite direction and then repeat. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a lot more energy, keep throwing repetitions in until it feels like you got a really good workout. And with this one, you don't have to only do circles. You can also do any shape. So give a square a try. You can also write the alphabet. What you're trying to do is just focus on putting the object through as many different motions as possible to strengthen the core muscles as much as possible. So let's take this one to the next level and focus on some more movements to target some more muscles. This time around, I'm going to take my weight and put it right off to my side, have my arm pretty much straight down towards the floor. What I want to do from there is just simply lean away from that side. So if I have the weight in my right side, I'm going to lean towards my left. Try to lean through your lower back across the ribs right here into the shoulder to the point where it feels like your back is just arching. You are going to feel a really good activation into those side muscles, including the obliques. Try to hold this for about 5 seconds, come back up, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, build into it a little bit more. From there, you're going to switch sides and repeat. Try to do this for at least 2 to 3 sets on both sides, but if it feels like you have some more energy, challenge yourself, throw in another set or 2. So the last movement is actually going to target more below our lower back into the hip flexors, especially with the iliopsoas muscle, which is a forgotten and neglected deep core muscles. So for this one, I like to take my hands, grip onto my chair, have my legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent roughly at 90 degrees. And you're just going to do a simple marching motion, trying to drive this knee above your hip to the point where you feel a really deep activation of those muscles on top of your thigh. Hold that for a second or 2, and then just like a marching motion, you're going to repeat this on the other side. Do this for 10 to 15 repetitions. Afterwards, take a breather, and if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always throw in another set or 2. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.